My name is Brad Johnson, and I'm located at Eastern Carolina Medical Center, and we're the pharmacy, of course. I'm in Benson, North Carolina, which is a very rural, small town. It's between the state capital of Raleigh down to where Fort Bragg would be in Fayetteville. We're in between there. Um, the community is very tight. Families have been here for 200 years. So, and they're very, very loyal to the providers. Our physicians, some have been here 35 years. It's their practice. So these people have been coming since they were teenagers. So it's a very, very family-oriented clinic. You get it all done in the same day. I've been a pharmacist for 20 plus years, of which most of it has been chain. Coming here, I've never worked in an independent or community pharmacy in a way where I really understood. I helped bridge a gap at one point, but I wanted to understand what was going on here and to learn it and see it differently, because the chains are 100% opposite. And that's the reason why I did come over. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted the fellowship, so that I can grow as the pharmacist who's not been in the community, but I wanted to be part of the community pharmacy. Chains are very regimented and structured. There was no such thing as your imagination or how you would interpret something to make it work for what's right for your store. So we would be told, this is what the program is, this is how you do it. It's like, ABC, and this is what the end result needs to be. Now the fellowship, yes, we see what we want to do, but it's often our idea and what this capstone project is to be. And then from there, we're guided by the luminaries. We're not told what to do. We're not being, yes, we are receiving direction. You're able to ask your questions. And this is totally out of our both imagination. When I say imagination, I mean it was what we feel is going to work. And then from there, like I said, they give us that direction. Our staff is looking at the patients in a way that we need to. No stereotyping, no stigma. It is a whole nother game. Yes, there's always been that independent and friendly environment, but there are always certain patients and certain ways of medicine they're on that if they're filling it early, they're going to get the clue that something's happening, be it, I don't want to say diversion or dosing more than should be, but this is something that, this is my project, is about opioids and medication assisted treatment for opioid use disorder. And this is something where my staff has seen the effect it has and where we're going to go with this. So that's the greatest effect that the fellowship had. Okay, seeing things from a macro all around in order to get to that micro. What I mean by that is this fellowship helped me contact people and fellows and luminaries from all over the country. So I'm seeing things different than Brad would see it, because we all see things often a little bit different or a little tweaked. So I was able to get different sides of it, and that helped open my eyes, because that's what the whole main purpose to me that the fellowship was not just to show you things, but to help open our eyes and to see that there's a lot more than we've always imagined and pictured. My favorite part with the project that I'm doing about the opioid use disorder with medication, I had to detail and make a presentation to all the physicians in the practice. And the greatest thing, my favorite part, besides the detailing, was finding out from my boss that the physicians are going to take my project, not just for this short time while I'm in the fellowship, but upon after the fellowship, it's going to be maintained, it's going to sustain. They're using this as a regular part of the practice. To me, when I heard they were changing the collaborative practice agreement where my project would be included on what the pharmacist can do. I would never have done this to this extent had it not been for the fellowship. Okay, it was, I kind of indirectly had just answered that. It was that manner of it becoming permanent and it's being maintained. I am going to be showing, well, first I'll start off under me, but then I will then get the residents to get certified for pain control. And then the residents are going to take over while I'm taking more for the pharmacist standpoint. But my residents are going to be doing this. And
Okay.
that's, I would not have been able to provide this direction had it not been for the fellowship, because it has opened my eyes and it has shown me so much more that is out there that I was unaware of. Okay, you definitely want to do this. Absolutely. It was a very enlightening experience. It opened my eyes and my thought process. You make friends, you're able to ask people, how do they see things? Many of which will see things a little different than you. And you say, huh, I like that. I'm going to do that. And that's one thing that this fellowship will show you. You're not going to have that kind of connective experience. You're going to be speaking to luminaries, directors who've gone through this, who are going to ask you questions to help guide you and to show you and to think about things. This has driven me to have a whole new attitude about what pharmacy is and what the future of pharmacy will be. So absolutely, you would love to do the fellowship. I highly recommend it. I so wish I had done community pharmacy at a much earlier time than Chain, and the fellowship would have been around then. Oh my gosh, I would be a whole nother pharmacist than I am now. I look forward to years from now to look back and see that I am that pharmacist because of this fellowship.